Hello, thank you all for coming, for showing support. Really appreciate it. Let's say it's been 2 years already since he was killed. I don't know why it takes so long to get to this point. I wonder how many more years before this all wraps up, comes to an end, and for what will be the outcome? You know, nothing's gonna bring him back. No amount of money. No, there will be no justice for me. Justice would have been a police officer, you know, having to go to jail for killing my brother. What they call it a justified killing. What they call justified killing, I call murder. What they call unfortunate, I call devastating, life destroying, family destroying. Unbelievable thing. I call it what they say? It's not right for somebody to say that somebody that needed help and was alone in a building by himself, his own parents' house. How could somebody be killed for having a mental health crisis? Is it a crime to have a mental health crisis? Is it a crime to be holding a knife in your own home or your own parents' home? You know, I don't think so. I think somebody with a gun and body armor on doesn't need to shoot somebody that's not even attacking them from outside the house. When he's inside the house, you're gonna shoot into somebody's house and kill them when they haven't even come out. That to me is, especially when you know that they're having a mental health crisis, that's premeditated murder. When you walk in and say, first thing you say is, you're gonna get shot, and then you shoot him, that's, to me, premeditated. And to me, that's murder. So that's first degree murder. To me, I don't know why that's not being charged, but we'll take the civil suit. That's the only thing we can do. But it's not gonna bring him back, you know? I had every intention of living the rest of my life with my brother at my side. They took that away from me. Took that away from me, and I can't tell you how hard it's been. We need I hope his death. I mean, I would honestly change. I'd rather have my brother back and let this shitty ass world keep being the same shitty ass world and have my brother. But since he's gone, at least there better be some change happening because of his death.
Yes, right.
There better be something good better come out of this.
Right.
You know? So you guys think like 2 years is gonna make us forget, but look at all these people. We haven't forgotten. We're never gonna forget. You can drag it out as long as you want, but we're not gonna stop until there's justice. So we're not going anywhere. And yeah, I'll be here till the end. So all these people, thank you. All other people that have lost their family members. Before my brother died, I knew there was a problem because everybody knows LAPD kill people all the time, but now I feel it just so deep. I hope you guys know that, like, we go to BLM rallies. We're in support of all the people that have been hurt by the LAPD. But it's been going on for too long. How many people need to be killed by the people that are supposed to be protecting us and serving us? He needed you to escort him to the hospital, not kill him inside his own parents' house when he didn't hurt a fly. He didn't even he didn't utter a single curse word at them. This is a man that prayed to God every day and would never hurt anybody. Okay, so I don't think I can say the same about that police officer who's shot people before. So let's see what happens. I hope let's see what happens.
Say his name.
Say his name.
Say his name.
Yong!
Say his name.
Yong!
Thank you for those beautiful, beautiful words. Yin, that was from your heart, and that was beautiful. It's obvious to see how devastated this family is. Dr. Min Yang and his wife Su Yang, and obviously the identical twin brother has been devastated by this as well. And it's true, we can't bring them back. And it's true that families are very often disappointed that there's no criminal prosecution in these cases. But I do believe there is going to be some sense of justice and accountability through this civil case. And more importantly, and hopefully, this case will be a catalyst for change. And at least the family can feel that his death was not totally in vain, but helped to save future lives and help future families. And that is our hope. There's at least a couple other people I know that want to express a few words, and I want to invite them up. We're good? Perhaps not. Huh? Would you like to say a few words? Yes, please do.
My name is Sharon Watkins, and I'm with Silicon Valley Debug, and I stand with the Yang family, not as just a person with empathy, but a person that lost her son 11 years ago under similar circumstances. My son had a knife. He was suffering with a mental episode, and he was shot several times by San Jose Police Department. I have my granddaughter here. I don't know if she wants to come up, but it was her dad. She was 2.5 years old when this happened, and now she's almost 14. I just want you guys, I know there's a lot of talk about civil suits and money and justice. I want you guys to look past that and see the families. Be the people. See the people that it devastates. People, psychologists, psychiatrists, they talk about stages of grief. I say it's a lifetime stage. I mean, I feel like I was losing my son all over again. And it's devastating. It kills the family. They took more than a son. They took everybody that was close to him, everybody that knew his name, and his twin brother, they took part of him. And it's just how, like he had said, how many people have to be murdered by police before the people that have not lost someone realizes, hey, this is not right. There is no amount of money, none, I mean, are you putting a market value on the life of a person? Because some people say, oh, well, you know, the police are justified. Really? There's no justification in taking the life of an innocent person. I don't remember who said it, but if I were to just take somebody's life, I would be spending the rest of mine in jail, or somebody would take my life. I would get the death penalty. But if you have a badge and a gun, you're pretty much free to shoot anybody for any reason. And people may not agree with that, but those of us that are suffering, we see the reality. That's what it looks like. That's word on the street. You know, you may have something different written in your manuals, or people may have something different when it comes to the press, but the real life of it is that once they kill, they do not suffer. We are suffering. That person, policemen refer to your loved one as a subject. The subject was doing this, the subject was doing that. It's not a subject, it's a human life. And he was suffering from mental illness. Mental illness is not a crime, and it should not be treated like one. So just take a look beyond all the logistics and look at the families. And these hearts will never be healed. Grief is a lifetime thing. There's no stages. Mine happened 11 years ago, and I feel like it just happened all over again. Thank you for listening.
My name is Superior Gill, human and civil rights advocate as well as for mental health. I'm here in support of Yong and his family who called to get help for their son in his time of need for a mental health crisis. And as the door opened, Yong was shot and killed. Call for help regarding mental health should not end in a death sentence. He was not a threat. He was in his home fearing for his safety. No de-escalation took place, and the officers who were not called responded and are not qualified to deal with these instances, because it's an issue that has occurred time and time again. Law enforcement is often emotionally unintelligent and emotionally volatile, because law enforcement often use supplements like steroids such as Tren and TRT, and they should be drug tested and not be able to carry a lethal weapon until proven otherwise. Post-peace officer standards of training regarding mental health is also not sufficient. So systemically, there is no long-term solution, and mental health services is a revolving door. So justice for Yong.
Okay, thank you all for your comments. I don't know if anyone has any questions from the media. Yes. Certainly. Tell me a little bit about your brother.
Like I was saying before, Yong was a Christian, very, very kind, very humble. And a really good brother, a really good son. He spent a lot of time with my parents. I hardly do, but he would see them every week, go hiking with them. To me, he was. I kind of realized now that he's gone that he was kind of a source of probably most of the joy in my life. You know, the loss is too much for me to bear. His presence was so important to me. I don't know how I'm gonna keep going without him by my side. He was helping me so much. He had overcome so many things that I also needed to overcome, and he was helping me, and now I don't have that anymore. So now I'm all alone. That's how person is.
Any other questions from anyone?
What's the timeline between him grabbing the knife and his unfortunate death?
There's a video that's available of it. What had happened is the officers decided, there was a sergeant present and I think approximately 9 officers. They knew he was having a mental health crisis and in the apartment by himself. They decided to force entry. And Yong specifically told them not to enter. And when they forced entry, of course, he was afraid and he had a knife in his hand. And I would say, I haven't timed it, I know Dr. Yang probably knows this by heart, but it's probably within 3 seconds, within 6 seconds of the door opening to the shots. So it's a very short window of time. And that's where they should have de-escalated, calmed it down, gave him certain commands, stepped back, created distance. He wasn't coming at them, as Yin said. And if any force should have been used, at most it should have been less lethal, like a taser, but certainly not to kill him.
Forced out the alcohol roll?
No.
Did he mention talk to the police at all? Was there any communication between the police?
And Young?
Yes.
Yeah, the communication basically was, don't come in my apartment. And they forced entry anyways with guns pointed at him. And being in a paranoid state, as we all know, it's not a crime to have a knife, to hold a knife, and certainly not in your own home. But under these circumstances, he's having a mental health crisis, and he's afraid that the police are going to come in and harm him. And ultimately, they did. They killed him.
Sure. On that question, two officers went to the door. Behind the door, of course, Yong is inside. Two officers had about 20 to 30 seconds of a talk. So basically, there's content is almost nil. And then, about 20 minutes later, two officers and a sergeant. So it's basically the sergeant had a conversation with Yong again for about 30-40 seconds. But basically half of the conversation was like, your parents are worried, and Yong said, no, my parents don't worry. I'm not worried. And then he said, you guys are not even cops. You know? So he clearly is saying that he doesn't know what's going on outside. He didn't believe they are cops. And so totally, LAPD had a conversation with my son all together maybe a minute. So that's kind of ridiculous. And then they kind of made a decision to get in. And when they get in, they were just swarm up the door and then next to the door, and they talk to each other like not, that kind of conversation between them. And then they forced to open the door, and then Yong was there. So it's like Yong was not attacking or coming out the door. Altogether, police had maybe altogether 1 minute, two separate incidents, and the DMH guy had at most 20 seconds. So they come here to help, and then they did just check out. He's not okay. Call 911, and the police came, and they asked, and then he's talking to himself, and then okay, more unit, and they come, and then they made a decision. They asked me to if he is trespassing. No, he's not trespassing. But if he's trespassing, he has to go to jail, not the hospital. I said, no, he has to go to hospital. And all those information they observed, they just decide to go in. And they must be in a hurry. Why they go in so quickly to done the business, you know? Ridiculous.
Yeah, so basically, that's... Yes, so I think the bottom line is, with all the time they were there was very limited conversation and very short time between the entry and the shots. Any other questions anyone has? I thank you all so much for coming. Really appreciate it. I wish everyone a great weekend. And we'll hang out for a few minutes in case anyone has any follow-up. What? Yes? You wouldn't want me. I speak a little Spanish, but all your audience would be laughing all night if they heard me trying to speak Spanish. So I don't think we have that.
Okay.
Do we have Spanish? Someone Spanish speaking?
James.